This was my physique 15 months ago, and this is my physique now. And over the time of being consistent in the gym, I have learned the secrets to not fall off. And if you're somebody who says that, oh, I want to go to the gym, but then you never do, then this video is for you. There was a study back in 2000 where 248 people were taken into 3 different groups. And the first group had no instructions to do anything at all. The point of this study was to study the habit formation of people to do with exercise. And the first group just had no instructions to do anything at all. And the second group didn't either. The second group didn't have any instructions, but they were given information, and this was used to motivate them. Now the third group would actually have to fill out when and where they would exercise this week. For the first group, around 38% of people exercised. And for the second group, you would think the second group would be more. You would think the second group, since they got the information, it would actually be more. But it was actually pretty much the exact same. So 38% of the first and the second group exercised when they were given, some information, and the first group was given nothing at all. Just to track how often they actually did exercise. But then when it came to the third group, when they had to write down when and where they would exercise, 91% of them did. So just because they wrote down when and where, it was pretty much 3 times, almost 3 times the amount that group 1 and 2 did. Just because they wrote down when and where, when they had clear intentions for when they would exercise. Now, I don't know about you, but I feel like that's a crazy difference. For the first group, just asking how often they tracked it. For the second group, given some motivation, they were kind of the motivation group, and they pretty much did it equally. But then when they had to write down when and where, pretty much 3 times the amount of people actually did it. So the reason why this is so important for you is because if you're somebody who's just saying that you want to go ahead and exercise, oh, I want to exercise more, or I want to go to the gym more, I want to lift these weights, I want to get in shape, but then you never actually do it. You always say that you want to go to the gym, but then you never actually go. And a huge reason for why this is just because your intentions are way too vague. You never have anything that's super specific. I don't hear you saying, I'm going to go to the gym to do a back workout on Monday at 3 o'clock. I don't hear you saying that. I want it to be super specific of what you're going to do. I want you to have a very specific intention and goal for when you're going to exercise and where you're going to exercise. So follow the structure. I will do X at Y place at Z time. So for you, I will lift weights at the gym at 3 o'clock Monday. And you would have to tweak that for you, obviously. But I want you to also figure out the exact gym and even how you would get there. I want you to make it ultra specific of just where you're going to go and how you're going to get there. And then what time it's going to be. Because when it comes to the actual day of doing it, then you don't actually have to think, oh, okay, maybe I'll do that. Yeah, maybe I'll go at 2:30, not 2. You know that you would be going at 3 o'clock. Whatever time you decided upon. It low-key pisses me off a bit when I see people just saying, oh, I want to do that more, but then they just have no intention or no goal to actually do it. Like, they just say, I want to do it, but then they never do. That pisses me off a bit when I hear people say, yeah, I want to do that, but then they never follow through. Like, bro, I'm not asking you to be, super consistent 5 days a week, but I'm asking you to come up with an exact time and place, which I know you can do. You can think of the exact time and place, bro. So if you do that, then you will follow through with this goal of going to the gym so much more. If you just say, I'll go at this time, that place, even if you just say twice a week, I'll be so much more proud of you if you just do it twice a week than nothing at all, obviously. So go ahead and do that. In fact, I would actually encourage starting off slow, so then you're not starting off with way too much that you can't handle. Because if you start off with way too much that you can't handle, then that's when you're going to actually fall off and not do it anymore. But start off with a reasonable amount at a very specific time at a very specific place. Okay? If you're somebody who's just saying, oh, yeah, I want to start hitting the gym more, then it's pretty much like trying to catch a bus, but you have no schedule. Think about how idiotic that is. Imagine if you're trying to catch a bus. You're like, okay, I have to go downtown this weekend. Yeah, I'll figure out the bus. And then you just go to the bus stop. In fact, you don't even know what bus stop to go to. So then you're just kind of aimlessly wandering around. Is it this bus stop, that bus stop? Am I at this time? You have no clue. Think about how idiotic that is. Imagine if your friend was trying to meet up with you and he was doing that. And he was like, yeah, I'll find the bus. Bro, find the schedule, find the time and the place. If you don't do that, then you're just going to be aimlessly wandering around, not knowing when or where to go to the gym. So this video has an actionable step for you. I want you to go ahead and figure out the time and the place right now, okay? Like, no, not 10 minutes from now, right now. Pull up your notes app on your phone. Pull up a piece of, like... Bro, I just dropped that. Pull up a piece of, like, printer paper, literally anything, bro, that you can write on. And then write the exact time and the place that you will do specific exercise. So just figure out the time and the place that you will go to the gym. If you don't do that, you'll be aimlessly wandering around. And if you do actually take action on that, which you better be, bro, then I guarantee that you will be so much more consistent in the gym than you ever have been with your just wandering around aimlessly schedule. Anyways, make sure to subscribe to my channel if you're a young guy who wants to rewire his brain to be way more consistent in the gym. So anyways, thank you for watching, bro.